GamerGobble.
Hello and welcome to another episode of GamerGobble. I am your host, Ian.
And I'm Tim.
My co-host, Tim.
My eyes are closed.
He's really tired. I'm really tired. We dilly-dallied. We should have been recording this at around, what?
But instead
3:34?
Yeah.
And it's 8. Because, you know, YouTube exists. YouTube Poops exists.
Hank Hill exists.
It's just so many Hank Hill, King of the Hill things. In any case, we actually do have a fair amount to talk about this week. So, without further ado, let's kick things off with This Week in Gaming.
This Week in Gaming.
A few things happened this week in gaming. Probably the most notable in the last 2 weeks. Star Wars Battlefront 2, just in general, everything about it. It came out, it had controversy galore, and
Nothing wrong with it.
it kind of resolved itself temporarily.
Perfectly fine game, nothing wrong with it.
So the game itself exists, and we won't get too much into Star Wars right now, we'll talk about that later. But, you know, I quite like Star Wars Battlefront as a franchise, despite only 2 of the 4 games actually seeming any good. I haven't played the newest one, to be fair, but I like the original 2 Battlefront games, and I didn't hate the reboot, neither did Tim.
I didn't hate it.
Didn't like it.
Yeah.
It wasn't good, but it was playable, and we had fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Battlefront 2 had some of the worst pay-to-win stuff I've ever seen. And that alone isn't really that big of a surprise. It's an EA game.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty ridiculous. It was like 4,000 hours to unlock everything. 40 hours to unlock just like basics like Luke and Vader individually. Not 40 hours for like both.
Yeah.
Just for individual characters. It was ridiculous. It was horrible.
Most people will play for 40.
Yeah, for real. So that didn't go well for them. They did a Reddit AMA, which I actually kept up with live. I kept sending Tim updates on it.
Yeah, he did.
That was funny.
It was a good time. It was a good update.
It hit. I remember whenever it hit around their main comment in the AMA hit about negative 680,000 karma, and I stopped paying attention at that point. But
It was beautiful.
yeah, it was insane. They easily broke all the records for most disliked, and I think most karma in general. On a post, they had more dislikes than the most liked post has likes.
The internet fixed it.
Well, Reddit themselves garnered so much negative press that Disney stepped in. From what I can tell, Disney stepped in, said, "Hey, man," to EA, you know, we have episode 8 coming out in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You can't be doing this nonsense of making our brand look bad with 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know exactly when episode 8 comes out. We're talking about it later, but I don't know the release date off the top of my head. I know it's next month. And, you know, Disney was not okay with them making Star Wars look bad. They don't want Star Wars to have negative press right now. For obvious reasons. They have a lot riding on it. So, that got changed. You can unlock everything. They lowered the, they got rid of microtransactions altogether for now. They're reintegrating them in a couple months.
Big keyword there for now.
Yeah, the reintegration is going to happen later. And in addition to that, the character unlock rate got lowered substantially, and that's permanent.
Well, I heard something that they lowered the cost of things, but then they also decreased the amount of stuff you get per game, so it still kind of evens out.
It doesn't quite even out, because you can at least... It takes, like, 7 hours to unlock a character, which is still ridiculous.
Yeah, it's still dumb.
But better than 40. It's still insane. We will both end up getting the game eventually.
Probably.
But I don't see getting it this year.
Yeah.
That'll be a next year kind of game.
Unfortunate.
A bargain basement. Well, not bargain bin. Maybe, yeah, when it hits about $20.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pick it up at Walmart or whatever when I see it sitting around for cheap. Probably on PC, maybe on PS4. I don't know. Speaking of consoles, that was a very bad segue.
Yeah.
But, Skyrim has landed on Nintendo Switch. We're going to take this as an opportunity to cover the Switch porting thing as a whole. Because it's pretty obvious at this point that I'm a pretty big supporter of Nintendo and the Switch. Not exclusive to Nintendo, you know.
Pretty much.
No, I'm not. You always give me that sort of... You always say that, but I'm really
always
not.
Do say that.
I think you do it
Mega
partially
Man,
because it annoys me.
Nintendo, Sonic, Mario.
Those aren't Nintendo. Only one of those was a Nintendo franchise.
He hasn't even brought up Call of Duty. World War III.
That's Nintendo's best series.
See? This guy's clueless, doesn't even know how many neutrons.
Best series. Call of Duty, World War II.
Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, the Pyramid Scheme.
Let me say what I'm trying to say here. First of all, I own Most consoles, you don't. Shut up. Second of all, yeah, I'd never
Nobody
say,
complains he has no money for college.
aside from the aside from like the GameCube generation, Nintendo always had my favorite systems, but never my primary system. Because I love their exclusives, I love Nintendo's games. They were never the best way to play the games, and they didn't get a lot of them. Which is why I always sort of had Nintendo as their system was always sort of a bonus thing I kept nearby. I had a Wii U, but I primarily played on my PC, and eventually it switched to I have a Switch. For the most part, I'm buying games on PS4 and PC still. PC still my most viable option, but occasionally I go PS4. It just depends on my mood, really. But Nintendo's trying, it seems, to get a lot more third-party support on the Switch. And I want to talk about the ports they're getting, because some of them are actually kind of surprising, especially those coming from Bethesda. So there are 3 worth mentioning here. We have Skyrim, which is an old game, but, a very good one. One of Tim's favorites, I think.
Dovahkiin, yeah.
He's on the verge of falling asleep, and he won't drink caffeine.
There's no caffeine to drink.
Well, you should drink some of that pressurized air over there.
Oh.
It'll freeze your lungs out.
I know. Get some ammonia, get some frostbite.
Some ammonia?
Yeah, some ammonia.
Ammonia.
Ammonia, put it in, I go, oh.
Who's that? Who's ammonia? Is that your Sonic OC?
No.
That sounds like a Sonic OC.
The original character, Ammonia, the porcupine.
Do not steal or do steal?
Both, I don't care.
Oh, all right. You can follow him on the Boom Guy DeviantArt page?
No, there is no Boom Guy DeviantArt page.
Well, there will be tonight. I'll make it.
No, it's mine. I claim it. Copyright 2017.
Bam. Unmonetizable video. You said copyright. Therefore, it's about YouTube drama.
Oh, no.
Unmonetizable. Anyway,
it's already unmonetizable because we put the ads in.
Yeah, I know. But it got a port of Skyrim, and apparently a very good one. I've heard better. Don't cover your eyes, you're going to fall asleep.
Nuh-uh, I can see perfectly.
In any case,
as Ashes would say.
In any case, supposedly better than the PS4 version, if only for frame rate. But what surprises me more isn't Skyrim, because that's an old game, 2011.
Still good.
Oh, great game. And it's a special edition.
Better.
It looks really nice. It looks better than the previous console ports up until, last year's versions. It looks nice. What surprises me more are the other games Bethesda's putting out, because we also got Doom.
And card game.
What?
Remember? The new card game? New whatchamacallit one that's super...
Oh, I'm talking specifically on Switch.
Oh, specifically on Switch.
We're talking about Bethesda's Switch.
Well, Doom's not specifically Switch.
No, but I'm talking about the fact that it came to Switch.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Playing Doom on a toilet?
Yeah, it's not that. It's you're not listening to me at all. You're just trying not to fall asleep.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to stay awake. There's a difference.
No, but the thing is, we have Doom on Switch. We have Skyrim on Switch, and we're also getting Wolfenstein, the new, or not, what is it, the new Colossus? Wolfenstein 2?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
I think.
And that's getting a Switch port as well next year. Because the decision was made too late to come out for a simultaneous release for that one.
Rated N for Nintendo.
But what surprises me is that, when I think of Nintendo, to this day, I don't think of games like Doom or Wolfenstein.
No.
And I know, the Super Nintendo had versions of those games. Whatever.
Family friendly.
I think that's kind of the thing.
Nintendo.
And it's not that Nintendo's opposed to family-friendly games. I think it's more that, the third party, or not to non-family friendly games, it's not that Nintendo won't publish or let people publish, violent AAA games on their platform. I think at this point, they'll just do whatever sells because they're a company and they probably should just do that.
Mm-hmm.
But normally you don't see third parties really doing this. The Wii U had it very, very early on, but that dropped off within a couple months. You saw a couple of the Assassin's Creed games coming over and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I actually that's my copy of Assassin's Creed 3 is a Wii U copy.
Wow.
It's kind of weird. I was going to get Assassin's Creed 4 on Wii U, but I just never played the game yet.
Okay.
I really should. Black Flag looks good. But,
it is.
That's what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
But, it just surprises me that Bethesda's saying, hey, let's put 3 of our M-rated violent games on Switch and see how they do. And so far, from what I can tell, they're all doing really well, critically and sales-wise. The Switch is not a powerhouse console, but it is a powerhouse handheld.
Mm-hmm.
So, say what you will about Doom running at 30 FPS instead of 60, and, having some lower textures when you're playing it as a console game, and you're like, ugh, looks worse than on PS4. But when you're playing it on the tablet, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. And I like that Bethesda's doing it, but I'm surprised by it. Do you get why I'm surprised by this or not really?
Because they put a rated super crazy cool game like Doom on the kid-friendly Nintendo DS3.
What? Nintendo DS? Okay. Well, in any case, no. What surprises me most is the fact that Bethesda doesn't do Nintendo.
Yeah.
They never have.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they put out a statement mocking the Wii U one time.
Well, I mean, who didn't?
So did EA. No, EA called it garbage. That was really bad.
Well, EA is garbage. You don't have the right.
Yeah, I know. We went over them last time. Speaking of something EA related, they used to make Harry Potter games. So I'm using that as a segue to our This Week in Gaming thing.
They make The Sims.
Yeah, that's true. Those games are good, though.
Another money hoarding scheme.
Yeah, but I love those games, so it doesn't matter.
I paid about to buy all of our content, $2,000.
Okay, I'll do it.
Oh, okay. Here's some chairs.
Cool. Don't forget this cool texture for that one blouse.
Oh yeah, I've always wanted this. This is flowers.
But the Pokemon Go team, whose name is escaping me right now because I'm tired.
Go.
No.
No, I was close.
But
right?
they are making a Harry Potter game where you explore the GPS based world surrounding you.
I'll figure out who made Pokemon Go if it's the last thing I do.
Okay.
Here I go.
It's not Nintendo.
Keep talking and I'll figure it out.
In any case, they're making a game based in the Harry Potter world where you wander around. I'm guessing it's going to have some Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them vibes to it, which would be pretty cool.
Okay. Is it augmented reality too?
What? It'll be the same thing, except Harry Potter.
So you throw
And,
Pokeballs at Harry Potter
I'm
instead.
guessing you'll do like some wizardy stuff. Like, I'd assume duels would be like, waving your phone as a wand and casting stupid spells like Spongify. That was a spell in the video game.
If you wave your phone around, how are you going to see?
Avada Kedavra! Bam, you're dead. It doesn't matter.
Oh. Here it is. Niantic Labs.
That's it. Niantic. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's
so. Yeah, this is gonna be their third major release.
Third.
They did a game before Pokemon Go. I don't remember what it was. It was the same gameplay.
It's a major release, then you should know.
Yeah, but no, I don't care about it.
You're a pro gamer.
Not really with smartphones. I barely use my phone for games.
You beat every smartphone game.
I barely use
all
my phone
the
for
Elsa
games,
Spider-Man
honestly.
games.
What?
All the Elsa Spider-Man games. You beat them all.
All the Elsa Spider-Man games you said?
Yeah.
Elsa Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Unmonetizable.
YouTube begs to differ. 2 trillion
In any
views.
case, it's kind of cool that they're doing this. Just a related note, because I feel like mentioning it. You like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, right, Tim?
I saw part of it and thought it was kind of boring, but you said it gets better halfway through.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get to the halfway
The sequel
point.
got its title announced.
Oh, good.
Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
I miss Harry Potter. I want to see more of that.
He goes up to you. He goes, Avada Kedavra! And then you realize that wasn't Harry.
Yeah.
That was Voldemort.
That was Mr. No-Nos.
That was Voldemort.
And that was Mr. Snake Talker.
Voldemort, more like Voldeless.
More like Baldy.
He has nostrils.
He'll kill me for saying that.
He'd be like, my hair is a Horcrux.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, Harry Potter, I binge watched over the summer, and it was a good TV
Harry
series.
Potter. Harry Potter's my childhood,
It was a
pretty
good TV
much.
series, you know what?
Oh, yeah. Which episode did you like best? I like Attack of the Clones.
I like the part where Hermione was like, Hermione.
I like the part where Hermione turned into a cat.
I like the part where there's a really good YouTube poop about it.
Did you ever notice that Hermione becomes a cat, but she also later, the actress, was in Beauty and the Beast, and that's what it would look like if Beast and Belle had a baby, would look like the cat.
And the hat?
But I actually am a really big Harry Potter fan, so I'm kind of interested. I won't play it. I'm not into the whole walking around game. People praise them for getting folks out of the house doing exercise.
You'll be able to play that game.
I'll just work out if I want to work
You'll
out.
be able to play them with the ball. The gold ball.
Oh.
You'll fly.
Quidditch.
Yeah,
I already have the Quidditch video game.
No, you put it.
There's a Quidditch video game.
No, I'm saying when you put it on airplane mode, though.
That runs on the Madden engine.
You put it on the airplane mode.
Do you want to play Madden Quidditch with me sometime?
No.
It's called Quidditch World Cup.
I'm going to say Quidditch.
That's like a 5-minute tutorial.
The new one's going to be Quidditch. That's what we're going to have.
But I have a Quidditch video game for GameCube.
You have to get the broom attachment.
Use the C-stick and you can make the ball go all over the place.
And you have to be an actual witch. Otherwise, you can't get to high enough to catch it.
We have a witchcraft store in our hometown.
I found that out recently thanks to him.
We should stop at it sometime.
Yeah, I wanted to buy stuff.
Yeah, I'm like legitimately. It's like a Wiccan run.
Oh, I don't want to
store.
buy stuff. Actually, that's not legitimate. I just want to see it.
I would want to buy stuff if I had the money to buy things. Because I would totally support a local business like that.
One Harry Potter, please.
And she's like, okay. She's bring Daniel Radcliffe out of the back. He's like, please help. I've not seen the sun in 3 years.
I'd buy them.
Send me back to the Dursleys.
I'll take it. How much?
And she's like, 5 shekels.
I'm like, oh, Morty.
Not schmeckles, shekels.
Oh, shekels. That's right. Oh, Morty.
Today in comedy night, I asked everyone to do their best Rick impression. One guy did, and then they all yelled at me.
Yeah. I want to throw that into whatever. A little quick segment at the beginning. Just because.
No, we'll do it. We'll give that game of the week sometime.
Oh, fine.
Well, maybe we can do a video on it or something.
Yeah, let's do a whole video.
We should be on break when this episode goes up. Maybe we'll do that if we have time.
Yeah, no college tomorrow, or day after, or day after, or day after. Yeah.
Pretty exciting, honestly.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do that over the break.
Woo!
We have like a week break, so
yeah,
that's pretty good.
Finally, content from GamerGobble.
Yeah. So let's go to game of the week.
Game of the week.
This week's game of the week is really weird. I'm working on a video of it that I should finish over the break.
Another segue to lying fish.
Well, I am, because I want to say that I'm not going to go too in depth with my overall thoughts from a journalistic perspective, and I'm more going to make fun of it, probably.
Okay.
Sonic Forces. This game is weird.
Sonic Forces.
No, it already has a catchy, weird, dumb rock theme song.
Oh, yeah.
We can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Push me on through until the battle's won.
No.
Wow, you shoved your mic if you were so disgusted.
Yeah, he also hit me and it made me flinch. So
I actually liked Fist Bump. Sonic Forces is a game that I liked.
I
made a character.
No, I didn't. You never let me.
I thought you did.
No, you like Tim making a character and like, okay, we never did.
Oh, that's right. We ended up doing something else.
Yeah, you showed me your character and the Game Grubs made one.
Yeah.
And that's all I know.
So this is a game that is, some people are saying it's bad. Some people are saying it's dividing the fan base. No. Let me just put it simply. Sonic Forces is fine. It's not bad. It's not good. It exists. It occupies a space in the franchise.
Oh.
It is not bad.
Oh.
It was good enough. It'll sell decently well enough that it doesn't kill the franchise like Sonic 06 did. It'll get good enough reviews that it's not the next Sonic boom. And Sonic Mania will maintain the good reputation of the series while Sonic Forces continues to coast by in a state of perpetual mediocrity until the next Sonic game.
I can't wait till Fast Hedgehog 2. Return of...
Samus.
Yeah. Good one. Good joke.
It's a joke because Metroid 2 Return of Samus.
Top quality.
So, Sonic Forces is weird, man. I'm going to explain the story now. Spoilers. Because I tried to explain it to Tim, but he didn't seem to get it the other day.
No, I got it. There's Knuckles.
No,
The end.
Let me just begin with the prequel. It starts off with Dr. Eggman. He finds
The only character I like.
Phantom Ruby.
Okay, if that's the Phantom Menace.
Which is different than the Phantom Ruby in Mania, but it's not. It's the same, but it's different.
Okay, whatever you
So
say.
it holds
Tries
it,
the Chaos
and
Emerald.
it goes... No, Chaos Emeralds aren't in this game at all.
Same thing.
Like, Supersonic's just not in the game. They're adding him as DLC later.
Same
Free
thing.
DLC, but still, it annoys me. I mean, he's already in the game's code. You can hack him in on the PC version, but I have it on PS4. Anyway, he's like, oh, I'm Eggman. I have the Phantom Ruby. He holds it. It gives him visions of Eggman Land, and he's like, cool. It does virtual reality gaming. So
Does it give him the vision?
Yeah. So
Cool.
he then, at the same time, Infinite and his Jackal Squad attack. His name is not Infinite yet, but who cares?
Okay.
Because they don't give him a name. And he's a
Okay.
jackal, and he's trying to assassinate Eggman to take and sell all of his robotic stuff. Eggman's robots dominate him. He summons an army of robots, actually,
Okay.
with the Phantom Ruby.
Cool.
Like illusion robots, and they attack Infinite, and he is like, Eggman's like, you're pretty cool. Do you want to be my friend and like work for me? I'll hire you. And Infinite's like, yeah, cool. And then later during episode Shadow, they're like, we have to defend this base, and then Shadow's like, I killed all of your friends, Infinite. And then Infinite's like, well, then fight me. And then Shadow kicks him in the head. And he's like, you're weak. And then Infinite's like, no, I'm not. And then he goes and becomes a cyborg.
Oh. Okay.
And then he's incredibly powerful, and he's the main villain of the game, aside from Eggman.
Whoa. And
then Sonic goes to rescue the city because Eggman's attacking it as his first real assault in his current war. And Sonic's like, I could stop it, because he stops Eggman, every gosh darn dilly-dally minute.
Yeah.
And then Tails is all casual about it. Everyone's all casual about it. And then he runs from Green Hill Zone. He runs to the city. He's like, it's me. I'm Sonic. Ho-ho! Silly dogs.
He makes that noise, huh?
And then, yeah. And then Eggman's like, my secret weapon. And then Shadow kicks him. And then Chaos is there. And Zavok from Sonic Lost World is there for some reason. And then Infinite shows up. And Metal Sonic. It's like, woohoo, Infinite! And then they all collectively just kick Sonic supposedly to death. But they took him prisoner. And then,
man, you're really spoiling the whole game.
No,
here.
I'm going to stop after the second or third level.
Oh.
And then, basically, then they introduce a new character. He's your custom character. And then you go free Sonic a minute later. And then classic Sonic shows up and he doesn't do anything. And that's the story of Sonic Forces.
Sonic Forces.
The story is pretty bad, but the gameplay is pretty okay.
That's good.
I wouldn't call it great. I'd call it fine. I'd say it's a good introduction to the Boost gameplay. Actually, controversial statement. People say it's the worst of the Boost games. I think it's probably better than Unleashed. Tim looking like he just had a stroke.
No opinion.
Well, the thing with the Boost gameplay is that it's really fast. Timmy, you know that much.
Sonic Dash is faster.
No, it's not. Sonic Dash is based on the Boost games, though.
See?
Because you've played a little bit of Sonic Colors. And your general opinion on it seemed to be...
I played the first 3 or 4 levels.
Your general opinion seemed to be, it's pretty good, and then you stop playing it.
It's okay, but it's a blue hedgehog, and then I stopped.
But, you notice how the game... It manages to handle being really fast and controlling really smoothly pretty well.
I guess.
Sonic Forces doesn't.
That's good.
It's like... There's just, in any of the other Boost Sonic games, or any of the other Sonic games in general, really, you start running, and you slowly build up to max speed. In Sonic Forces, you sort of jog slowly, and then suddenly you go, ba-ba-da-ba-da, and you're at max speed.
Just like
it's
the
really
new
jarring.
Movie.
There's a new Sonic movie coming out, actually.
Not the Sonic one, the one with
Mario
the
movie?
superheroes.
Oh, the one we're talking about later.
Yeah, the one that has everything goes...
But that's for the last segment.
Yeah, but I'm just making a little comparison ahead of time.
Well, in any case, Sonic Forces is pretty cool. I didn't hate it like most people did. I thought the story was really goofy and funny. I just want to talk about Infinite for a minute.
Goofy and funny, full of torture and death.
Yeah, that's the thing I like about it.
Yeah.
My favorite line in all of Sonic, Knuckles in particular, has ever said, none of this is good, Vector. That's why it's called war.
He doesn't say like that. He's probably like Knuckles.
No, that's how he says it.
Hey, Knuckles. Huh?
No, Knuckles says it.
No, he doesn't. I've watched the Let's Play.
And Vector is like...
Yeah, that Charmy's like... And then it's like, oh, hi guys, I'm back. I'm Sonic, and I am original character. Everything's fine, and all that darkness, which wasn't actually as dark as he's making it seem to be, is not pointless.
They advertised it as more dark than it was.
Yeah, it wasn't that dark. It was more like cheerful, like he's gone, guys.
Well, no, it was. It tried to be really dark for like one cutscene.
It tried and
failed. And they gave up.
It did just give up.
I'm fine with Sonic not being dark. He shouldn't be. That Sonic was... Sonic Adventure 2 is the only game that ever did the dark thing and made it work.
Well, I'm not saying it should be dark. I'm saying that the darkness they tried to mix in wasn't really dark in the first place. It was more like trying to be dark, but it just failed because it was all upbeat. Like, Sonic's dead, guys. Ignore him.
When did anyone laugh about Sonic being dead? They were like, Tails has lost it.
Tails
didn't really lose it. He was fine.
Yeah,
he was trying to fix Omega, and they clearly had the wrong guy on the job. He could have got Donkey Kong.
Mm-hmm. But we already said that joke last time.
It's really funny.
Yeah. We spent $30 on Chinese food today. I did.
Yeah, I did. I gave you 11 cents.
Well, okay, sure.
I did.
Okay, sure.
Don't you remember?
No, I know you gave it to me.
The comic book
I was saying 11 cents versus $30.
Then our audio got corrupted and I cut the part out where we fixed it, so let's move on to Hype Train.
All aboard the Hype Train.
Our Hype Train is, drumroll, Star Wars Episode 8, the Last Jedi. I forgot the name for a second. Actually, it's technically not called Episode 8. That's not the official name. The official name of none of... Oh, the only ones with episode in their official titles are the prequels. Because Episode 4's copyright name is just Star Wars. And then The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, that's the movie's names.
Mm-hmm.
The episode titles are only in the credits.
Well, I do know one thing, and Wampas are good.
No, they're not. They're bad. That's why you kill them with a gun.
Oh, all I know are that Tom-Toms are good.
You put little baby boy inside it to stay warm.
No, I was referring to the GPS.
But then Luke sat outside. But then Han sat outside all night and didn't care.
No, I was referring to the GPS.
Oh, Tom.
Yeah, Tom. No, Tom. You know, turn left.
He's a Garmin. In any case, Star Wars Episode 8. Again, not technically the title, but I can't help it. Or, as the marketing would say, Star The Last Jedi Wars. I'm excited for this movie. Let me just say from the outset, Tim and I like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. We like when Boss Nass go...
I like when Jar Jar goes, ah!
I like it when Annie go, yippee!
And I finally like it when they go, midichlorians.
The midichlorians are a microscopic life form.
I also like Boss Nass.
I like whenever Yoda's like, do or do.
I like when Mace Windu falls down the window.
I like when Mace Windu go out the Mace Windu.
Oh.
It's funny. I said that in comedy night and no one got it.
That's no moon, that's your mama.
How could you?
Sorry, I had to.
Well, in any case, Tim and I are very excited for this movie. Let's talk about why. We're not going to talk about any spoilers, not that we know any, because I don't...
Spoiler, Snoke!
Well, anyway, because I avoid spoilers for Star Wars because I like the movies too much.
Too late, spoiler Snoke.
And in any case, this movie isn't really having a lot of spoilers, released to my knowledge.
Snoke?
I'd imagine in the next 2 weeks or so we'll have a lot of spoilers. But
Snokely.
Well, what would you do if it turned out Snoke was actually
a Snoke
Count Dooku?
I don't know. I'd be like, weren't you
Count
decapitated?
Dooku, but then, no, Count Dooku's head roll away and fall out into space and out the window, and it would fall on a droid and he becomes Snoke.
So enemy Rey's in the movie?
Like 3PO in episode 2, how his head going on a different droid, you Count Dooku head fall on the droid and you go, oh no, and then he became Snoke.
Directed by George Lucas?
That's not true. The Force Gate had nothing to do with this.
Directed by George Lopez?
I forget the guy's name. He's doing another Star Wars trilogy after this movie.
Directed by John Cena?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, got it right this time.
Because episode 7 was J.J. Abrams, and episode 9 is going to be J.J. Abrams.
I know him.
Which is cool.
He does cinematic.
That's what?
Yeah.
He does not do cinema sins. That's Jeremy.
Should.
You can give us all your money, $10 million, please, Jeremy. We love you.
Anyway, Wampas.
I like Wampas.
Anyway, Porgs.
Let me talk about my thought on the movie so far.
Porgs.
Porgs are actually relevant. So I like the Porgs.
I don't.
I think they're funny. They look like the little Gungan Ewoks.
Really now?
Yeah, they're literally the same thing.
I think they're dumb and they go, ah! And they ruined it.
Okay, but the Ewoks went, what the? Wait, no, that was the Ewoks. I always confused Ewok sounds and Jawa sounds.
How can you do that? Jawas
like Jawas are like, what teeny? And then Ewoks are like, what oh.
No, they're like,
no, they're like, whoa, hi there.
Well, picture the one uses rocks
to kill... And then Chewbacca's like,
hey. One uses rocks to kill stormtroopers, and the other just tries to zap them with a gun, and they get killed with their precision fire.
Yeah. Only an Imperial stormtrooper could be this precise. All right, Obi-Wan, you're going senile, clearly. Get back to your cave, your hermit cave, and sit there and take a nap.
Yeah.
Luke will bring you your applesauce.
Take this droid and this lightsaber and go about my way.
He's like, you should get with Leia. And Darth killed your father. It's like, okay, Obi, calm down. Go, Obi, go home. go back to your weird little hut.
Obi-Wan, go home, Obi.
I mean, if you think about it, maybe he was senile. Maybe he's just crazy. And none of this, ghost sitting on a log nonsense. I'm talking he walks up to Luke. The first thing you do is you see him dressed like a homeless Dementor, running at the sand people like.
He does make that noise.
Yeah, he does. And then that's not even a joke. And then
what does he make it with his mouth? Is the question.
Supposedly. So he does that. He screams at them like a hermit. He's just all old.
Get out of here!
And then friggin' R2D2 was like, Obi-Wan, what's up? And he's like, I don't seem to recall ever owning a droid. It's like, he saved your life once a week in the Clone Wars cartoon. Yeah. What are you talking about? And then He's like, oh, your father didn't want you to be like your father and Darth Vader and come with me on some damn fool adventure. Who says damn fool adventure? What does that even mean?
Me.
What does that mean?
It means, Luke, I am the Force.
And then he's like, for the most part, he's just insane. He's like,
No,
I'll give you-
Yoda's the insane one.
it's like Han Solo. How about when he's negotiating with Han Solo? Han Solo's like 10,000. And then freaking Obi-Wan's like, 2,000 in advance and 15 when we get to Alderaan. And he looks at Luke, he's like, I don't have that kind of money. You gotta sell all your stuff. So it happens. That literally happens.
Basically.
And I'm like, maybe you're crazy. And then, he takes Luke back to his crazy hermit hole, and he's like, here, Luke, here's your dad's lightsaber. I've never even shown you a lightsaber before. There's no way you know what this is. Turn it on and face it right at me like you do in the movie and almost cleave my head off.
Whatever. He knows what he's doing. He has the Force.
No, he's a crazy old guy.
But he has the Force, though.
He's like, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Remember when he said...
I'm Obi-Wan, that's right. And
Remember-
my name's not really Ben.
Remember when he drove by in the car and he said, you don't want to sell your death sticks? And then they let
That
him
wasn't
pass?
that scene.
Yeah,
The stormtroopers just walk up. You want to buy some death sticks?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it went.
If people listening aren't into Star Wars, this is going to make no sense.
Okay, so anyway, I'll explain real fast for them. General Grievous has 4 arms. And Jar Jar does not.
Well,
What more do you need
that's what
to know?
you think.
Oh.
But seriously, I know this is about episode 8, and I'm sure we'll get back to that in a second.
There's no spoilers, so he's talked about everything but
Well,
episode 8.
we'll get back to our thoughts on episode 8 in a second. Because I feel like we could do a whole spoiler cast
Episode
on
8
that
was a
when it
good
comes out.
movie. I agree.
I didn't come out yet. But think about it like this. I'm serious. What if he was crazy? What if he didn't even realize? And like his Force ghost obviously was sane because it's a ghost, not like good ghost.
And
like,
he gets all his memories back.
again. He gets tired and sits down on a log.
He get tired. He's just like, hey,
He's standing around on Dagobah talking to Luke, and Luke's like, "What's the deal with this?" And he's
finally
like, "Wait,
laid
Luke,
to
let me
rest."
sit down on this log for a minute because I'm more powerful than you could ever imagine. and I need
he
to
was
take a
laid to rest.
take a break on a log.
So he's allowed to rest.
He's a log. He's a ghost on a log.
Doesn't matter. He should be able to fly.
Dumb. No, what you talking about? Yeah, that's my point. He should be doing
Yeah.
that. He should be sitting on logs,
Yeah, he's a Jehost.
being pseudo transparent.
Just like Yodes.
You didn't see Yoda's ghost sitting on logs.
Remember Palpatine showed up as a Force Ghost? Went, remember?
In Robot Chicken, he did.
Oh. I never saw that
So
one.
did all the younglings.
Oh, yeah.
It's really funny.
It's okay. Okay.
They all make Anakin uncomfortable. But
Wow.
anyway, like seriously, think about it. He's like, his Force goes like, oh, certain point of view. What if he was just crazy? What if he was like, the princess, Luke, you should date her because he doesn't know any better because he's old and crazy. What if he's looking at, he's looking at Darth. He's like, he knows that's
He's
Darth
looking
Vader.
at Darth.
Well, that's my point. He knows that's Darth Vader, but he doesn't remember who. He knows there was an Anakin. He knows there's a Darth Vader. He doesn't remember that they're the same guy. He's like, Darth, because he calls him Darth. He's like, hey, Darth, how's it going? I'd be like if I walked up to like, you, and you were like, I am Senator Tim, and I was like, hey, Senator.
I am Senator Amidala Below.
Oh, she's my favorite character.
My
Blah.
favorite character.
My favorite character is probably Senator Amidala.
Okay.
I liked her decoy from Attack of the Clones that got blown up.
I
You
lied.
remember that? The first thing that happens in the movie?
Yeah.
She lands, with like, wow, that was a great thing. There wasn't a single trap. They literally say that, and then it explodes. And
Yeah.
even though they're both in the same exact place, somehow only the decoy dies.
Yeah.
I don't
Even
know
though she's
how.
perfectly fine, she's like, it really hurts, and then she dies.
Yeah. Well, it's not as
No.
bad as Padme, who's like, I'm healthy, and then dies.
Eh. Love.
Or as bad as Darth Vader, all he did was get his body completely incinerated.
That's all. But he survived.
He's 5?
No, he survived.
I don't remember that scene where they're like established. Oh yeah, by the way, the Obi-Wan when he cut off your arms and legs, he also created a time paradox. You're 5 now.
No. Oh, what a twist.
Yeah, so he's actually younger than he was in Phantom Menace in the suit.
Yeah, he just comes down. Down this is pod racing.
Yeah, he'd be younger than that. He wouldn't even do pod racing yet. He'd be
Oh.
like 3PO.
Now this is C3.
Okay, why? Okay, that's the thing I get least out of any of the things in Phantom Menace.
What?
Why did they have to make Darth Vader build 3PO? That didn't even make any sense. Why did that have to be a connection there was? Why couldn't they just be like, oh, we got this protocol droid, his name is 3PO?
Because 3PO is super smart.
But he's just a normal protocol droid.
Anakin
Why
is
did
super
Anakin
smart.
build C-3PO? That's the stupidest thing in any of the movies.
I don't think so.
That's so contrived. That makes no sense.
I think there's stupider things like Yaddle.
No, Yaddle's one of my favorite characters in the entire franchise. Yaddle's over here like...
Okay, what about Jar Jar?
What?
What about Jar Jar?
Jar Jar's dumb and he's a waste of a...
What about Boss
Gungan.
Nass?
Oh, he's pretty good. He's probably my favorite bounty
What
hunter.
about Nass Boss?
Who do you think would win in a fight? IG-88, Bosk, or Boss Nass?
Rancor.
Do you even know who IG-88 is?
Yeah,
The droid bounty hunter.
yeah,
Do you remember who Bosk is?
yeah,
He's like the dinosaur Godzilla-looking bounty hunter.
yeah.
Remember who Boss Nass is? He was the greatest bounty hunter in the galaxy.
Oh, for 10 years.
What would he do if he actually was a bounty hunter? Like in his free time after he was done
I don't know.
being...
I'd be like,
Like he retires from being boss.
after the war, he's like,
Well, he doesn't...
could have
He
died.
isn't boss during the Clone Wars.
No.
No, he retires from being boss before the Clone Wars
Poor
start.
president. I mean, boss.
No, he's pretty content retiring. He's like he can like for all his years. He goes to the moon. What'd you do if Padme came up to you and was like, what would you do if like Padme came up to you and was like, you gonna need to know Padme anything?
So anyway, episode 8. Looks
Oh
like
yeah,
it's
it looks
gonna
pretty
be a
good. Snoke.
anime.
We have a lot of thoughts about what Snoke could be. We have a lot of thoughts about Rey, her motivations, what she's doing.
Yeah.
About Finn and how is Finn gonna want to be with Rey or is Finn gonna want to be with Poe?
And is Kylo Ren gonna get over
Okay,
his anger issues?
What
or
do you
not?
think? Should Finn want to be with Rey or should Finn want to be with Poe?
I think Finn should just.
I think
don't
Finn
know.
needs to get with Poe.
I think he needs to turn
I
back
think, like,
to a stormtrooper.
did you ever get romantic out of Finn and Rey? No. But did you get romantic out of Finn and Poe? Yes, he wanted to get with him the second he met him on either on the TIE fighter. He's like,
No, on the TIE fighter, he's like, he got eaten by the
he's
sand.
like, the first thing he does is take off Poe's clothes. He takes off that jacket and wears it.
That's true.
I mean, come on, that's not normal.
Hey, it's really cold out in the hot desert. You need a jacket.
Why do you put on a jacket?
It was so cold.
He's wearing a long sleeve turtleneck and long pants. Why did he put on a jacket?
It was hot.
Should have taken off all his clothes and
Maybe
run around
the-
naked screaming.
Maybe the jacket had cold installation.
No, that's not how. That's not jackets.
It's Star Wars. It's super sci-fi jacket.
It's not. It's in the past.
He's gonna take you back to the past
Boom, 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 boom.
to give you.
Oh yeah, and the final question about Episode 8: Will Kylo Ren suck less at lightsabers?
No, he'll be really good at them.
He'll
this
be like
time.
really bad again. Like Finn
He
will walk
trained
up
with
to him
Snoke
and like
over the years.
Finn will walk up to him and have like a paper airplane and like throw it and he'll kill Kylo.
He
with it.
trains. He trains.
What if
with
that's
Snoke.
how he? What if that's how they kill Snoke? Throw
What
a
if
paper.
Snoke does it?
What if Snoke is
Star
actually?
Killer style?
What if Snoke is really a bendy straw?
What if Snoke? Oh
You don't like that theory, do you?
no! Honestly, I said what if Snoke did it Star Killer style with his lightsabers.
Like backward. I think it's Star Killer base style. I'm like,
No.
like shot them out of his face and blew up planets.
Yeah, just like I've had enough. I don't know why he's Russian, but he is now.
What if? No, he's not. He's British.
No, I just.
What
said,
if?
I said the
Wait, I have an
accent.
idea. What if the main villain ends up being the CGI General Tarkin?
What if it's the pair from episode 2?
Well, no, he comes back to life, but Padme bit it.
Yeah. He's like, you should have never bit me, and then it uses the Force and kills everyone.
You know, I will leave off on the one bit of before we go to our final segment. There's one bit of trivia.
Sorry about the ranting. We just had to do it.
Star Wars. We just needed to get it off our chest. We also just bought. Well, I just bought. Tim got for free. We just got Force Effects lightsabers.
Yeah, look forward.
Oh, what a jolly time those are!
Yeah. Yeah, waiting for
So much
Christmas
fun.
specials on Boom Guy, my plug time.
Yeah, we'll be fighting.
Yeah, gonna release Dave Star Wars.
Yeah, that will be release day.
Yeah.
But because it became a tradition with Episode 7 that we see the movies and we duel outside.
Yeah, that became a tradition last year.
2 years ago.
2 year.
Yep.
Yep.
But it was a good time. Final thing that we'll leave on though is the most important. Who's your favorite Force sensitive character?
Yeah.
Wrong. It's R2D5.
Oh.
You know who that is?
The robot that's black?
Remember that ugly red R2 unit with the bad motivator at the beginning of Episode 4?
Yeah.
It had the Force.
Did it?
It blew up. It had the Force. It did it on purpose. It predicted that Luke was the chosen one. That's not a joke.
Oh.
It's not canon anymore, but it was for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
They almost immediately retconned it. So you want to hear that brief story?
My favorite.
A Jedi died. and its metachlorian soul spirit went into that droid for some reason, and then that droid, it met Luke, and it realized Luke was the chosen one, and that R2-D2 was the key to the rebels, so it killed itself.
Oh.
Blew up its motivator.
Okay.
And that's actually a thing that was officially Star Wars canon.
Wow.
I don't know why that droid didn't just fly away. He goes right off Tatooine, right? Right up to Darth Vader above in the Death Star and been like, dead.
Better dead than red.
You know what? R2-D2...
Get it?
Okay, so R2-D2
Fallout
had
3.
that little lightning bolt thing, right? He could shoot a little lightning stream. Why didn't you just electrocute Darth Vader with that? It would have killed him.
Well, they never came face to face.
Yeah, but like it could have killed him.
Yeah,
In fact, a taser would have killed Darth Vader.
Could just sound EMP. Just EMP the entire Death Star.
No, people have tried EMPs against Vader. They don't work.
Really?
Yeah, because he can use the Force to power his shit.
Never mind.
Mm.
Oh well, that's Darth Vader in a nutshell.
So, in conclusion, I think that Dumbledore is Snoke.
In conclusion, I hope they bring back Han Solo. I miss him.
Well, we do almost know for a fact that a certain actor's going to be in it. That's right, I'm talking about...
William Dafoe.
You mean Willem Dafoe. William Dafoe's not a guy.
No, William Dafoe.
You mean like the Green Goblin, right?
No,
'Cause it's
William. William. Where is Walter? White.
Whatever time. Let's go.
Walter White, whatever. And I get it.
This week on Whatever, we're going to be doing, I guess you'd call it a movie review, more of a movie discussion review thing, of Justice League. We saw it technically at an early showing, day before release.
Oh, Justice League.
We liked it a lot. We are going to probably spoil it, so it's good this is at the end, because I don't see how we're going to talk about this without spoiling it. Because I don't care enough to do a spoiler free. If you haven't seen Justice League, click off the video now, have fun, thanks for watching, blah, blah, blah.
Love you.
But if you don't care about spoilers, you've already seen it, stick around, because we are going to talk about it now for the next couple of minutes. Justice League. What a franken movie.
It was special.
Feels like two movies spliced together.
It wasn't that bad.
No, I liked it.
There's a part with Aquaman in it.
I actually liked the movie a lot, but it feels like a Franken movie.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Frankenstein was a monster, you know.
Well, you know what that means, right?
Yeah. Frankenstein has a whole bunch of parts. Franken movie's a whole bunch of different things. Yeah,
And that's really, really apparent here. Because we've talked about the history of Justice League before. I'm going to go over it again really, really quick. It's been in production for forever. Like 27,000 years or something, you know.
Whoa,
You know,
dude.
before there were dinosaurs,
Oh,
you know, before there was Earth,
dinosaurs are 27,000 years
prior
old?
to the first Quark,
Whoa.
there was Justice League pre-production.
Wow.
You know, it's the oldest known thing.
An eternity in the making.
It's the oldest known thing in the universe, possibly in the multiverse.
Okay.
You know, they
Okay.
questioned is there a deity, is there a god? There's Justice League.
I'm gonna make a
The
juicy
movie,
fruit.
you know, it's pretty good. So anyway, I don't know what I was talking about there. I'm really tired. I'm gonna
The
go home and
origins of the
sleep.
universe, obviously.
I'm gonna go home and sleep soon. Justice League has been in production for you put a smaller windscreen on top of your windscreen. What are you doing?
That I did.
Justice League has been in production for a very long time, and it's a Zack Snyder production first and foremost.
Snyder.
Much like Batman v Superman and Man of Steel, which this would have been, and still is the conclusion to a sort of pseudo trilogy with those three movies. The movie was then pretty much said to be awful, and then Zack Snyder had a tragic family situation. We don't need to go into that too much here. You probably know about that.
I don't know.
Director's son killed himself.
Oh.
And then, so he left production to be with his family. And during reshoots, then they had Joss Whedon of, amongst other things, Avengers fame.
Yeah, that one, the good one.
He came in, and he helped to make it a more character-driven narrative. They trimmed the fat. This would have been like a 2.5 hour, 3 hour movie. Instead, it's 2 hours. It's really short for what it is.
Ups and downs.
We got what we got, which is a mishmash of different things. A lot of stuff feels like it was added in post-production. Some stuff I can't tell that was. The Russian family was completely added in post. I had no idea. Well, not post, but reshoot, which
Yeah.
is extended production, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that. That stuff would have been filmed like 2-3 months ago.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that. That they integrated that pretty well. Most of the Superman being awesome was all reshoot stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Some of it wasn't. He still was being more jokey and colorful and fun, no matter what, because that's sort of the point of his death and return. Spoiler, even though we already gave a spoiler warning.
Superman's alive. Oh.
I hated how they brought Superman back. I thought it was dumb and boring.
What?
It was boring. It was like, oh, I know. Let's actually just resurrect him. He's dead. Oh, we'll bring him back. Oh, they made Doomsday, and we'll just throw him in the toilet where they made Doomsday. We'll hit the flush button. Flash, you go, zoomy, zoom, zoom, shoot your laser beams. Bam, Superman.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's how it worked. But you forgot his memories for a little tiny bit.
He forgot his memories for a minute and a half.
Almost killed some people and then left.
Well, he almost killed Batman. Everyone else was fine.
Nah, Wonder Woman took quite the headbutt.
She didn't care.
You're right, but it looked
She
painful.
killed Ares.
Well, Superman's better than Ares.
Well, I actually
Think about it. Superman would beat Ares.
Well, we'll
1v1.
get to Superman being overpowered in a minute, because I thought that was one of my favorite parts of the movie was whenever he ends up completely destroying Steppenwolf. But we'll get to that. Because the movie very intentionally keeps him out until the final part of the final confrontation, which worked out pretty well. Again, I thought the movie as a whole was a lot of fun. Not good, but fun, and that's what worked about it. Because the editing was shoddy. Some of the shots were really weird, gratuitous Wonder Woman butt. I don't know if you noticed that. There were a lot of shots of Wonder Woman's butt.
I don't know. I guess so.
You could tell this had a very different directorial direction. Wow. Basically just said direction.
Directorial direction.
I'm really tired.
Not
okay?
editorial direction.
I'm really, really tired. The directing was basically the opposite in certain sense from, say, Wonder Woman. In regards to the female characters, specifically the Amazonians. Wonder Woman didn't have it as bad. She did have it bad, not as bad. I don't know if you noticed that the Amazons had costume redesigns.
I did not notice that.
They wore bikinis in this one.
They did?
Yes.
What?
They wore metal bikinis.
I did not notice
They
that,
were wearing
actually.
metal bikinis.
I thought they still wear their armor.
No, they were wearing metal bikinis. The lighting
Whoa.
was dim, so it was harder to see, but they were wearing metal bikinis.
I guess I have to confirm that.
Specifically in the
afterwards.
flashback scenes. I think in the modern time scenes, they were wearing skimpier versions. They were still a little skimpier, but skimpier versions of their modern Wonder Woman outfits. But yeah,
Okay.
even though Wonder Woman has scenes set in, like, ancient Greece, they were still dressed the same. Here, though, during the epic battle scene with Steppenwolf, where we get some cool stuff, we get a Green Lantern cameo and stuff, they're in bikinis.
Well then,
That's pretty ridiculous.
that's something.
Not I don't care.
I didn't notice. I
It's
don't know,
funny to me. Like it's not like they don't sexualize it aside from that. And
It's
yeah,
so funny to me.
like if it was a focal point, it would have annoyed me. Like Wonder Woman's butt almost does annoy me because of how much they show it intentionally. All these gratuitous
Okay.
Wonder Woman butt shots. I'm like, I mean, it's not like it was. The only reason it's bad is because it clashes with Wonder Woman, which very intentionally didn't sexualize her. But whatever, Gal Gadot makes it work. She manages to make it empowering rather than demeaning. So, more power to her. She's still one of my favorite actresses right now. But I said the butt word.
Going to jail now.
Oh, that's not how she's okay.
Anyway, Amazonians
Yes,
live in
that
the
was
Amazon
weird.
rainforest.
But like that's a difference of direction. And you can tell that there's a little different than some of the other. Like you can tell it's got a different staff, and you can tell whenever it switches between Zack Snyder and Whedon.
well, yeah, that I could tell real
like,
easy.
ooh, basically, if it's serious and grim, oh, that's Zack Snyder. This is so Zack Snyder. This is annoyingly Zack Snyder. But then suddenly they're like, "Oh, it's me, Batman." Remember that scene where Alfred walked up to Batman and he's like, "Are you and Diana gonna be a couple?" And then Batman's like, "No, Alfred." And then he's like, "Mr. Frodo."
Oh, he didn't say that.
No, but I realized I was doing that voice.
What about the
for
part where
Alfred.
Superman held the building?
That was really funny. That was indeed anything involving rescuing civilians in the final battle was Joss Whedon.
That's what I thought.
And I love that scene because Flash goes out to rescue the family, and then Superman's like, "I hear civilians," and he flies off. He doesn't care because Superman should be like that. I'll just say Superman is my favorite improvement this movie has. It's not my favorite character in the movie because Superman's still a boring character.
Yeah, the best was Rick and Morty, obviously.
Yeah, it was on in the background. You were so excited and you were looking for it so specifically when it got there because I told
And
you
I
about
saw
it.
the buff, and I was like,
But anyway, most people seem to think Flash was like their favorite character in this.
yeah,
I liked him.
he was funny because he had the funny lines.
I thought he was pretty good. I still would go with Wonder Woman and Batman. Especially, I love Ben Affleck as Batman. I think he's great. Tim hates him as Batman, actually.
No.
Tim said he was the worst Batman of all time. He said he prefers George Clooney.
No, I never said that.
He said George Clooney had the
prefer
Bat
the
credit
Penguin.
card. The Penguin?
The Penguin is the best Batman.
Oh, like Danny DeVito when he put on a Batman mask in his imagination.
Yep.
He's the best Batman.
Best Batman.
Burgess Meredith.
Best Batman.
But I think Ben Affleck's a phenomenal Batman. He's my favorite Batman. If not my favorite Batman movies, obviously. But honestly, his performance is so good. I can't wait for his movie.
And who could forget Cyborg?
Oh, me.
Oh, okay.
I like the design. I like the CG on him, despite it looking really fake. This movie had horrible special effects.
Yeah, we're pretty.
That was bad.
His robot.
Every one of these DC movies looks worse than the last. This was bordering on like Star Wars prequel looking CG.
How was that bad?
Parts of it were, man. This is ridiculous.
Okay, maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Because Wonder Woman didn't look great either.
Well, Wonder Woman
didn't look great. Batman v Superman was shaky. Wonder Woman didn't look very good. But this movie looked horrible.
But at least it
And
had...
Suicide Squad looked awful too. But I
good...
hate that movie, so it's okay.
At least it had good music. Remember the part Wonder Woman came up and went... I was like, yeah, that's Wonder Woman.
What did this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite scene of the whole movie
interestingly
was
enough, they swapped around some themes. They didn't use the current DCEU themes. They went for the old original movie
Yeah,
themes.
I liked that, yeah.
So Batman had his Danny Elfman 1989 soundtrack theme. Superman had his John Williams theme from the original movies, which I'm fine with. I like their current themes too. Well, I guess these are their current themes.
Yeah.
Now. I liked their BVS era themes. I'm happy they kept Wonder Woman's the same. That would have infuriated me had they changed it. I love that
favorite
theme.
scene was the Wonder Woman at the beginning where she deflected all the bullets with her bracelet.
Gal Gadot is so good as Wonder Woman.
That
she
was
really
the
is.
first good.
I like what they're doing with her.
Uh-huh.
I still like Ben Affleck as Batman.
Is she underpaid again?
I don't know. We haven't seen about that yet.
Okay. Was it a box office bust? That's I think what you said. It wasn't that good.
It barely avoided being. It wasn't it's not doing great, but it's not doing horribly. I don't think they cared how the movie did, honestly.
Okay.
I think they gave up on it.
Oh.
I think that's why the CG wasn't that great. I think they dropped the budget at some point.
That's unfortunate.
I think they rushed it out. I think it turned out better than I expected. And I think the movie exists for the sole purpose now. I think they said, screw the story, screw its impact on the lore, screw everything. It's a soft relaunch. They want to make these characters likable and fun and marketable so that people will see spin-offs with the individuals. I think that's the only purpose the movie served in the end. I think they wanted to reaffirm Wonder Woman being awesome, and yeah, Gal Gadot's still great. I think they wanted to make Henry Cavill be a fun Superman instead of a dark, gloomy one, so people would see the next colorful, fun Man of Steel movie. That's what they really want. It's what they did. I think they wanted to show more of Ben Affleck as Batman doing a really good job.
Yeah.
They did that. They wanted to make Flash and Aquaman and Cyborg all marketable, good characters, and they did. I think that's what the movie's purpose was in the end.
Yeah.
And I think it comes off a little bit as trying to imitate the Avengers.
Yeah.
But I have this weird thing where the DCEU is so definitely worse in every way than the MCU.
Oh.
Like, no doubt. But I prefer the DCEU anyway.
Okay.
I don't like Suicide Squad, and, none of the other movies except for Wonder Woman are that great.
Mm-hmm.
But I still, for some reason, prefer it over the Marvel Universe movies.
Okay.
I think it's because I like a darker tone in my movies.
I don't know. It depends on how the tone is used and all that stuff. So no preference there.
But then again, I don't know. I don't know why. I might just because I like DC characters typically more than I like Marvel characters.
Okay.
But I don't know. I like Justice
Iron
League.
Man.
Did you like Justice League?
It was okay. They didn't have their spaceship yet, though.
The Watchtower?
Or the Green Lantern Martian Hunter.
Martian Manhunter?
Yeah, that one.
I'd be surprised if they did him because he's in the Supergirl TV show.
Okay.
If you want to watch him do stuff in live action, just watch that.
I don't know. I just thought
Or
that
clips
was
of it on
huge.
YouTube.
I only know that from the TV show thing, and I saw parts of on the internet. So that's all. I'm
Well,
saying.
yeah. Yeah, the league they used is pretty limited and small. It's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, Cyborg.
And now we have a villain league now too, or don't we? Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I'm not sure which group it's supposed to be, but
And also the main villain was
Steppenwolf was boring.
Yeah.
Disagreed with my dad on that. He was excited and thrilled with how they did Steppenwolf.
I don't know. He was kind of like, I show up. I am me.
Yeah,
bad
same.
Guy.
I thought it was pretty generic.
The end. No backstory, no dark thing.
Well, I know his backstory. It's just like...
Well, yeah, but it's like, all he said was, a dark side one time, and that's it. That's all
Yeah,
he
he
did.
mentioned Darkseid once.
That's the best thing he did in the film.
And we'll see Darkseid probably in the next Justice League. Originally it was going to be a part 1 and 2, and then it was 2 separate movies.
Wait, he did kill that lady, though.
Which lady?
Remember?
The Themysciran lady?
In the sewer thing, or the
sewers?
construction...
What?
Not the sewer, the construction place, when they're like, we have to go into the site, and then they go in, and it's the part with the crawler thingy.
Oh, he kills one of the hostages, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, that showed that when it was on screen, but you saw, you heard the snap, and then you saw the body fall. It's like, whoa, whoa. And he's about to kill Cyborg Dad, and Cyborg's like, go. And then it happened.
I thought the movie was fun. I still can't believe how bad the special effects were.
Yeah, they were kind of bleh.
But aside from that, look, I had fun. I don't go into these superhero movies expecting masterpieces. I just want to have some fun.
I want some good film.
Well, same, but, you
Give
know,
it to me.
you had fun watching it.
I did, that's true.
Then it did its job.
Yeah, okay.
So who cares?
Can I blow my fun whistle?
Real quick, no. Real quick, I want to just try. But both of us, I want to rank them, all the DCEU movies, where they lie for each of us. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first so that I can name them all and you know what they are?
Sure, you do it, because I think I know, probably have the same
should
order.
know, but I just want to make sure. Okay.
Okay.
So my least favorite, like from least to best favorite, least favorite Suicide Squad. That movie's garbage, and it gets worse every time I see it. I liked it the first time I saw it, actually.
Okay.
Every time I watch it, I like it less. I can't stand it. It's boring. It's got bad effects. Harley was cool. Deadshot was cool. Nothing else was cool.
Not Demon Man.
No.
Not the guy who can climb anything, man.
No.
Oh. Okay.
And especially not Knives Man.
Knives Man was my favorite.
Circle of Knives Man. That's me. I'm the Joker. I'm going to lay a bunch of knives in a circle and go,
Want to know how I got these knives?
I went to Kitchen Warehouse. Black Friday Kitchen Warehouse sale.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so worst Suicide Squad. Then I would say...
Excuse me, baby.
Batman v Superman.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I like that movie.
It's good, but not as good.
It's not good.
Man of Steel.
It's bad, but it's fun. I like it.
Man of Steel next, right?
I'd say Man of Steel and Justice League are tied.
Okay.
For me, personally. And then my number 1 is Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Where do you rank?
Man of Steel, for me, I think would be slightly higher than Justice League, in my opinion.
So, like, same, except you wouldn't have a tie.
Yeah. It's
right.
the same, but that one's above.
All right, fair enough. Man of Steel's a movie that's getting a lot of hate in retrospect now. Look, if you didn't... I get why people didn't like it when it came out, because it is sort of a weird interpretation of Superman. But if you liked it at the time, quit jumping on a hate bandwagon. If you liked it, you'll still like it. It's still a decent movie.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's too drab and doesn't have enough color, and there's no humor at all. Those are elements that annoy me.
And the product placement.
That's pretty good, though.
Is it?
It's Sears.
Crash through IHOP.
Sears and IHOP play more pivotal roles. It's not as bad as the new Power Rangers with Krispy Kreme.
That's true.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I watched the thing. That was funny. It was
It's
funny.
really funny.
Oh, well. Thank you for watching Turkey.
Well, yeah, any final thoughts on Justice League before we end the show?
Oh, yeah. Justice, Heroes, 9 out of 19. No. 9 out of...
Why are you trying to do a Lex Luthor impression?
I don't know how I
You gotta
got
put
these. Wait, that's not the
You
right...
gonna pop a Jolly Rancher in my mouth,
That's
boy?
right. Just...
Why we put Jolly Rancher in my mouth?
Give it 7.5.
a jar.
7.5 Jolly Ranchers out of 10.
Oh, okay, are we doing the number score?
Sure.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give it the IGN score of a 2 out of 10. There's too much water.
Okay. Thank you for watching GamerGobble.
Yeah, thanks for watching GamerGobble,
Next
guys.
time there'll be more GamerGobble.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. If you enjoyed the show, leave a like or a comment or a subscription or any combination of the 3.
Yeah.
Preferably a combination of all 3.
Look forward to new content hopefully soon during breaks that are happening soon because we'll have time to do stuff.
Yeah, we should
Hopefully.
be out of our dreaded content drought. That seems to be terrible for college-age channels.
Yeah.
In addition to that, if you are listening to us on anything other than YouTube at any time in the future when we upload the show, be sure to follow us on whatever it is you're listening to, although if you're going back this far, I assume you already have. And don't forget that we have Twitter.
Oh, yeah, I upload nothing to it except once in a while we upload one of these episodes. So
I occasionally shitpost on the Facebook, but that's about it.
Swore.
No, that's a term. It's different. No, it's not a swear. It's an actual word.
Oh, we're going to get flagged.
No, we can't. We're going to lose our
Rated
monetization
R.
that we don't have because we don't have 10,000 views. No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about it.
I have 10,000.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Probably because you're lying to all your tuna.
And that's it for this week on GamerGobble. We'll see you guys next time. Well, we won't see anything. This is a podcast. It's all audio.
I see lots of waveforms.
All right, I'm going to squeeze Tim's back. Bye.